Hey folks, good morning here. So today I thought I'd go over basically how to load an AeroTech motor or how to prep it for flight. Today's launch day, so I'll be leaving the house here with my kiddo in about an hour, and we'll be flying one of my rockets. The motor I've got picked out today is a DMS motor, so we'll go over that. And it's I205 White Lightning. So very similar to the reloadable I200, but this is just the non-reloadable single use. So the first thing you do, to save some time, just FYI, I've already gone ahead and cut the tape, but what you'll want to do is take a knife and just cut the tape off, pull the cap off, and then you'll pull out two things. Typically there's the package. Again, like I said, I've already been in here, I've cut it open just to save time for the video. And then you'll pull out the motor. The motors come in these static resistant cases, kind of like circuit boards. And you see you got the motor here. Comes with a cap, it's your nozzle end, and they're always wrapped in instructions, and usually a rubber band. And then this is going to be your delay grain right there, and your ejection charge will go in there if you're using motor deploy. Today we're using it for my Lock-Athena, which is this rocket back there. I have it named the Alien. So it's going to fly on an I205. Flies up to just about 2,100 feet on that motor. I've got a video on YouTube of me flying it 3 years ago. This will be the first time I've flown it in about 3 years. It flies great on this motor. So what you do is you open up your little goodie bag here, and you got a few things. And the first thing I do, whether I'm flying a DMS motor or RMS, especially RMS, but any motor, they always come with instructions. And I always open up the instructions even if I've done it dozens of times. The reason why is because the instructions never lead you wrong. Guys, I see them mess up or whatever, or you know, they load a washer, especially like on the RMS motors, they put in a O-ring in the wrong spot, or they forget to put it in or something. They're either doing it in the field, I always do mine ahead of time, at home, or they're doing it without reading the instructions. So first thing on these DMS motors is it talks about drilling down the delay grain. If you have one of these drill tools, I do. I'm not using it for this one because with this Lock-Athena it's dual deploy. So the motor eject charge, let me put it this way. The computers will fire the main apogee eject charge about 10 seconds into the flight. So this has a 14-second delay, so 4 seconds later this will be my backup. And so I'm just gonna load up, I'm not doing much thinking, I'm just gonna load up the full amount of powder that they give you, which is about 1.5 grams here in this little centrifuge tube, and we'll do it. So if you look, we'll skip over this since we're not drilling down. We'll skip over to step 2 here. We're just gonna put that little washer in right here. So this little washer just goes straight in there like so. It sits like that. And then we'll pour in our powder. You know, if you get a smaller body tube, you would calculate out your powder, you know how much you need. In this case, this is an emergency backup amount. This is a an O shit amount, basically. Like if the computer charge doesn't fail, or sorry, doesn't work and it fails. This will be mine. So this is a motor eject backup on this rocket. So just kind of tap it down, and then you take your little cap and just push it down. Usually get it started with my finger, and then find something like a pin or whatever, and just shove it all the way down. I usually shove on it pretty good. Fits down there fairly decent. Thought I had something that was a little bit more sturdy for this. Let me see. This thing might work. Let me see. Hey, that works perfect. Yep. Always make sure, the last thing you want is to spill out your powder. on the way to launch site or something. So I always make sure it's in good. It's not coming out. And that's that. And then you're good. On these, it's real simple. That's all you do. You can go ahead and put your cap on, cover the end, keep the end protected. You'll see a lot of guys cut the cap just to allow so the pressure. I don't remember why they cut the cap. I don't know. I can't remember. I think I used to know 3 or 4 years ago, and I honestly don't remember. But yeah, I typically have cut the cap too. I know I've done it before. I just don't remember why we do that. So if you remember why, you can refresh my memory. Please comment. But yeah, you can also, some guys will take the igniter and they'll straighten it out. And let's see here. We'll do this too, because this is actually a smart idea. So you can straighten out your igniter, kind of measure it out preemptively. It's going to go about that far into the motor. So how far is that? Right about there. And then what they'll do is they'll slide it in just temporarily here at home or wherever you are assembling this until you meet resistance. So meet resistance right about there. Pull it out, confirm that is indeed the length that we want, which that's about to the end, so that's perfect. So then they mark it right here. And as long as they know they get somewhere close to that mark, they know that the motor's in the full way. Just mark it on both sides. That's how we do that. But that's basically it to the for the DMS motors. Real simple, real easy. They're great if you don't want to spend the money on a hardware, or if you think there's a chance you might lose your rocket and you don't want to lose the hardware, or if you're just maybe not into reloading. So yeah, I fly them a lot. I fly some RMS, but I actually fly a lot more DMS just because I'm more of the former. I don't want to spend the money on all the hardware. And for a lot of the motors, I've found that the difference is within $10 or less, so it's not that bad. Anyway, that's it.